This is the best CAC registration video you will ever watch on YouTube, because in this video I'll be showing you practical demonstrations of how to solve more than 10 different types of CAC queries. And just if you're doing CAC registration for business, I will also show you how to prevent future occurrences of this kind of queries. And also, just in case you are looking for a specific kind of query, you can go to the timestamp below this particular video and just jump to the very query that you are interested in. But I really would advise you that you should watch all of these queries, because all of them are important and they are good information for you to know on how to solve all manner of CAC issues and queries. You have to know that what I'm about to show you in this video for free, I charge between 3,000 naira and 30,000 naira or even more to fix them, depending on the complexity of the queries. So you must appreciate this video and tell me thank you by giving this video a like. Within the last 1 month, you might be surprised to know that more than 100 persons have come to my DM asking me to help them solve different kinds of CAC queries. I noticed that most of these queries came up because most YouTube CAC videos cannot really show you everything you need to know. So that was actually the reasons why I created a full CAC registration course that show you every detail of CAC registrations. I created special videos, I made the PDF versions of those videos, and most importantly, I actually opened a closed WhatsApp group for all my students. I mean those in my CAC for Business mentorship class. It's an amazing community to be if you really want to use CAC registration to make money as a business owner. Okay, so the link to that masterclass will be in the video description, just if you want to join us, especially for people that want to use CAC for business. But if you're not using CAC for business, maybe you just want to, fix your own issues and get on with your life, of course, you don't need to be in the group. So if you have any CAC query, I guarantee that you will find it among one of these common queries that I'll be resolving for you in this video. By the time you're done watching, you too will agree with me that no such CAC registration video is existing on the internet, and I will really plead with you to please help me share this video to your social media handles, because a lot of persons are looking for these solutions that I want to share with you for free in this video. So if you want to see real-time practical ways on how to solve various CAC queries, then follow me as I show you the dashboard of several CAC business registrations with different queries and how I help them to solve them, so that you can apply it to your own situation. And if you have any queries, just watch this video. I'm sure your own will be among the ones I'm about to deal with. So let's get over to it now. So first things first, of course, how do you even know that you have a query in the first place? The first thing you want to do is that you want to log into your CAC account of your registration, and then you want to either log in with your username, your email, or your phone number, whichever one you want to use. So I'm going to log into this account. All right, so once I log in, this is what I'm going to see. So if you have any queries, of course you can see here that there's a query here. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to click on that box, and then it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this. And then what you want to do now is that, for example, for this particular account, this person has two different business names that are queried. So in most of the cases, your will only be your home business name, which should be one, of course. But if you have more than one, all you need to do is just to go to the particular registration that you want to fix, and then you're going to so let's assume that I want to fix this particular one. All I need to, okay, let's say I want to fix this particular one. All I need to do is to come to this query history, and then I'm going to click on it. So once you click on it, it's going to tell you what your query is. So as you can see here, this particular account has been queried 4 different times. And if you come to status, you will see resolved, resolved, unresolved. Sometimes the fact that you are seeing resolved there does not necessarily mean that the query has been resolved. Well, why? I don't know. Sometimes it happens like that. But all you just want to be sure about is that anytime you see an unresolved query, you want to fix it. Sometimes this thing will say resolved, but then the same query will come back again. So as you can see here, it was saying resolved, but here at number 3 is saying you should comply with the previous query. That means the query was actually not resolved at that time. So I just said I should mention that. So here, this is the present one that is not resolved now. Every other one has been resolved. Okay, so let me talk about the first one here, because this is the oldest and this is the newest query that was given. So here they are saying rephrase objects to point of sale agent, sale of different drinks, advertising and marketing services. Then they said attach, so you can see here they say 2, that's number 2. Attach Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria APCON certificate for advertising. So what they are actually querying here is that this person did not use the right statement or the right description for the nature of business. Like I used to tell people, the more grammar you speak, the more tendency you're going to have issues with CAC. As much as possible, you want to keep your English simple and you want to keep them in simple words. For example, if you don't need to add big words like consultancy, you don't need to put it, because if you add a consultancy service, CAC, if you wanted to register a business name, CAC will almost want to tell you to register it as a company instead, and then they are going to query it. So if you don't need to add some of these big words, or you want to write the name of your business, maybe you are using something like media. Okay, if you use the word media, CAC will just think it to be a big deal. So if you know that you don't run a media house, for example, don't put media in your business name. Now I'm just using this as some of the examples that I've treated in time past. The same, yours may not be exactly this, but you want to keep your registration details as simple as possible. So here they are telling this person that you are running a POS business. When you get to your nature of business, just call it point of sale agent or POS agent. You don't need to say any other thing. Once you do that, it's going to be approved. So here they are saying they should, okay, here they say sales of different drinks. So you can just, this person is actually trying to combine a POS with other businesses. In fact, as I'm seeing here, is combining about 3 different businesses. And yeah, CAC can actually approve you to register 3 businesses or 2 businesses at the same time. It all depends on how you rephrase your object of business. Okay, so that is the first issue here which this person we had to solve. And then the second thing here, they are saying attach Advertising Practitioner Council of Nigeria. Now this is another query that probably going to see several times, especially if you are running this as a business to register other businesses. Now there's something that CAC call proficiency certificate. What is a proficiency certificate? It's a certificate that proves that you are an expert in the business that you are trying to register. Now, not all businesses will be required for you to upload a proficiency certificate. For example, if you run a POS business, you are not going to need any certificate for that. If you're selling drinks, nobody's going to ask you for that. If you're a carpenter or a furniture person, nobody's going to ask you for proficiency certificate. But there are some businesses that CAC will require that you supply a proficiency certificate. Take for example, if you want to open a clinic, of course CAC wants to be sure that you're a doctor or you are certified to practice, so they want to ask for a proficiency certificate. In this case too, if you're running an advertising or a marketing agency, CAC will require your APCON certificate. So there are some businesses that are like that, and some especially professional businesses, okay, that you need professional body to certify you. CAC will ask for your proficiency certificate, so you have to upload it. And I'll show you where you're supposed to upload it now. You just go to your upload section and go to others and add your proficiency certificate there. Now the question is, what if you don't have a proficiency certificate? What I used to tell people is that if you don't have a proficiency certificate, then change the English you are using to describe your business. So for example, if this person did not have this APCON certificate, I could have told the person to just use another word instead of using advertising and marketing. Look for a simple word that will make your business look like a normal business, that even if you're running advertising and marketing services later, you can still prove that what you describe is an advertising and marketing service, but you have just used a simpler English, which will cause CAC not to ask you to upload a proficiency certificate. That is the only thing you can do here. And if you don't want to change the description of your business, of course you have to work out a certificate for CAC to upload, because if you don't do it, CAC is not going to approve your certificate. So in this case, all you need to do is once, okay, let me explain the other ones. Okay, so here is the same thing they are repeating here. And here they are saying you should upload a means of identification. Well, I guess this person did not upload a means of identification, or the one he uploaded was not approved. So once you have read your queries and you have understood what they're asking you to do, all you need to do is just to close this. Okay, then you come to unresolved query of the particular business name or the company that you're trying to fix. Just click on unresolved query. All right, so all you need to do is to go to the particular place where you are supposed to fix your issue. So if it was an address problem, you're going to come here and fix business detail here. And if it is a nature of business issue, like we have already discussed, you will click nature of business and fix it. And if you are supposed to fix or to upload maybe a proficiency certificate, all you need to do is to click on document upload. And once you click on any of them, it's going to take you to that page, and then you can effect your change. So for example, if I click on nature of business here, okay, so you can see here, if I want to change anything here, all I need to do is to click on edit here, and then I can edit whatever it is I want to edit. The same thing happens if I want to upload a proficiency certificate, for example. All I need to do is to click on the document upload, and then all I need to do is to come to these others. Most times this is where you'll be required to upload things like proficiency certificate. Okay, you just click on upload, and then you upload it and you save and continue. So once you're done saving all your issues, it's going to redirect you back to this, to your dashboard here. It's going to redirect you back to query. Okay, it's going to redirect you back to this point, and then you just click on mark as resolved, and then CAC are going to review it again. And if you pass this review now, they are going to approve your application and then your registration. So it's as simple as that. So that's how to fix this particular issue. So let me go to the next issue. Okay, so let's go to another issue. Here is another issue. They're saying reconcile identity type and number with means of ID uploaded. So this one is straightforward. What they are saying is that these persons have a contrasting details of what he or she is using as a means of identification and what they feel. Remember that when you're doing your CAC registration, CAC at a point are going to tell you to fix, to tell them the kind of ID that you want to use for this application, and you're going to put it there, and then the ID number. So that ID and the ID number is still the same ID that you want to upload when you're uploading your document. And that is the mistake people are making. So for example, if when you're filling your ID, you decide to tell CAC that you want to use your international passport with your international passport ID number, and then when you are uploading, you are now uploading your NIN ID card, CAC will query your application. So that is the issue here. So all you need to do is to go back to your address. I've already shown you how to do that. I don't want this video to be too long. Go back to your address, go and confirm the ID that you used when you are filling your details, and then make sure that that is the same ID that you fixed when you are doing your upload. So all you need to do is to go back to your upload section, go to your ID section, delete the previous ID that you were using, and then use the correct ID. And once you do that, go back and do mark as resolved, just as I've shown you earlier on, and then this issue is going to be fixed. So that is the issue with this one. So let's go to another one. Okay, let me try to increase the size. Okay, so here let's start from here. They are saying object not registrable under business name. So when you see this BN, it means business name. They say provide a complete registered address and use business for occupation, please. So this particular one actually has 3 different queries in one. And the first one they are saying is that this particular business should not be registered under business name. It should rather be registered under company. And I've told you the reason why. It is because of the nature of the business that the person has chosen. So if your nature of business seems to be maybe a fairly large business or organized business, it's not really a very small business, CAC will ask you to register that company as a limited liability company. It's either you go ahead to register it as a business liability company, or you change the nature of business to a simpler English that they will allow you to register the business as a business name. Now, if you got this kind of query that you should change your business from a business name to a limited liability company, I'm going to just go to my playlist, my video playlist. It's going to be under this video where I show you how to change your business name from a business name to a company. Everything I've explained it there. That's what you should do to fix this particular query. So the second query here is provide a complete registered address. I mean, this is straightforward. Go to your address and make sure that you do a good address. Okay, let me show you something in that address. I think it's another problem that most people used to have. So let's go back to dashboard. All right, so come here. Now you can see here they are saying house number and building name. Some people will just come here and just module everything up in house number and building name. Here you're supposed to provide only the number of your address. So if your house is number 24, you are adding only 24 here. If your house does not have a number but it has a building name, maybe 1004 building, for example, you just say 1004 building. Okay, that is the only thing that should be on this field. Then the name of your street or the road should be what is here. Okay, if you don't do it like that, your address is not going to be clean. And CAC will query, they will tell you that your address is not traceable. Okay, so again, as you can see here, you will notice that there is no city or state in this street name. The only thing you want to have here is street. Why? Because you already have your city here. You already have your name, your state here. You are already having your local government area here. The only thing that is supposed to be here is street. So if, for example, we have Shagamu here and you put Shagamu here again, by the time your certificate is coming out, it's going to say Araromi Street, Shagamu that is already here. Then this Shagamu that you have added there again is going to repeat itself. So it's going to be Shagamu and another Shagamu. And then if you had Ogun here again, it's going to be Ogun here and Ogun. So you're going to have two Shagamu, two Ogun, which you don't want to have. If you do it like that, CAC will query your application. So you want to make sure that you put only number here and only street here. And that's how to fix this particular issue of registered address. And here, they say, number 3, they say use business for occupation, please. That's another thing you want to take note of. For example, the reason why you're doing business name registration is because you want to do business. Okay, so if you're a military man, for example, and you want to open an assorted drink store, don't put military or a soldier in your occupation. Your occupation should be business. CAC does not care what any other thing that you are doing. As far as they are concerned, you are registering a business, so you are a business owner. So when you get to occupation, this is where to get that. When you get to occupation, look at it here. Now you're supposed to put business here. Business. So I can assure you that this person that has written natural health practitioner here is going to be queried. Why? Because you are registering a business. The only time that you are allowed to use another kind of occupation is, for example, if you are opening an hospital, for example, and they say occupation, you cannot put business. Rather, you're going to put a medical doctor. That one is different. I hope you understand that. So that is what you want to do in this particular case. So you want to make sure that you change the occupation to business and then you resolve your query. So that's how to fix this query. So another query that this particular business has is, you can see here they say your business is vague. The object is vague. Okay, now they're saying delete online tutorship, both educational, blah, 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 and this thing that this person is saying. Now, that's another thing I'm saying. Now, at the nature of your business, let's go back there. All right, at the nature of your business, this is where the issue is. Like I said, look at it. Let's assume that the only business you do is point of sale service. You just want to leave this at point of sale agent. You don't want to start talking to many grammar. You don't want to tell them your goals and the objective and your mission and vision statement. When you do that, CAC is going to query your application as being vague. So that is the problem here. Use simple business term. Something like sale of, okay, sale of, service of. Just tell them in simple statement what you want to do, and then this issue is going to be resolved. So here they say indicate, okay, this is still an address issue. This is okay, here object not registrable under business, please unresolved. So here they are saying this person has not yet register that business as a limited company. So it's the same thing that we did here. That was why I told you that the fact that they say resolved here does not mean the case has been resolved. You can see here that the case came up again. So it is because that person has not fixed his issue. So that's how to solve this particular problem. So let's do another one. So here they are saying fashion designing and tailoring services. Please, okay, here they are telling the person that this is the objective of the business. So I'm sure this person has also used some weird English, weird grammar to describe the nature of business. So CS is saying go back to your nature of business and put fashion designing and tailoring services. That is what they are saying here. And another possible thing they are saying is that probably this person chose a different nature of business. So if we come back here, let's come to nature of business. Okay, so here is what we are talking about. So here probably the person used a wrong description. Sometimes people will say, oh, I can't find my business, can't find my business. Sometimes because you have not checked very well. Okay, so they could also be telling the person, so if you have a query like this one, the first thing you want to go and check is your nature of business. Okay, so check your description. If you know that you did it well, then go and check the nature of business, just like we have here. It has to be one of the issues. So you can do that. Once you change it, you mark as resolved, and then your issue is going to be fixed. Now, the second query here is that they are saying relate the business object with specific. Okay, so here is almost the same thing like the first one. So what they are saying here is that after you have changed the nature of your business here, make sure that what you are describing tallies with what you have chosen here. It's as simple as that. That's what they are saying in this case. So once you do that, just resolve it and move on. Okay, let's see what we can do again. I don't want this video to be too long. Maybe I'm going to create a part B for this video so that you can watch this and watch the other one. I don't like my videos to be too long. So here there are two queries here. Let's start from number 2. It says upload proficiency certificate. I believe I've explained that. Number 1, they said attach proficiency, please. So you can see here they actually said resolved, but obviously they queried it again. Why? Because this person did not actually do what they asked them to do. So that is just the same thing. I believe I've explained that already. Okay, here they say recouch the nature of business, please. Yeah, this is another big grammar that a lot of people used to ask me, what do they mean by recouch? What they are saying is that you should restate the nature of your business. So it's still the same thing that I've described here. If your business is vague, they can say it's vague. They can tell you to recouch the nature of your business. Hope you know that it is human beings that do this review, and it is not just one person. So they can use different English to query you. Okay, so if they say recouch, they are still meaning the same thing about your nature of business being too vague. So that is where you want to go to again to fix it, and then you can mark as resolved. All right, so here is non-submitted. I'm not going to talk about this. I believe I've talked about this in another video, so check my playlist. If you come here and you notice that your business is showing not submitted instead of it to be in pending, if it's saying not submitted, I believe I've treated that in another video. So just go to my playlist, check my videos. You're going to see the video where I explain how to fix this particular issue. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one I'm going to talk about for this part 1. I'm going to release another video for the part 2. This video is already getting long. Okay, so here they are saying rephrase object to point of sale agent. Almost the same thing like we have done before. Almost the same thing. So I'm going to just continue. Okay, here they're saying indicate street or road in registered. So I believe I've also treated this already in the previous ones. It's about contact address and recouching the nature of your business. So you can see that most of these queries are just repetitive. They are almost the same thing. The mistake people make are almost the same. It's just that they use different English to describe it. So it's the same thing like what I've already explained before. All right, so for now, I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to gather some more queries, and in the part B of this video, I'm going to discuss, if I see any new thing, I'm going to talk about them. But I want to assure you that most of them are just repeating themselves, okay? They are just using different English to analyze the same kind of query. So once you have done your queries, you have fixed them either in nature of business or upload certificate or business details. As a matter of fact, most times your queries will always fall under either business details, where they ask you to change your address or to edit your address, or nature of business, where they ask you to recouch or that your business is too vague, or to upload the relevant certificate, ID or proficiency certificate.